So lately, I've seen a lot of people playing Pokemon games, but with a twist. It started with challenge runs, but once people started modding the game is when I really got interested. I played these games a ton as a kid, and seeing them get broken like this, I knew I had to try it myself. So I learned how to mod Pokemon. After a few weeks and a lot of broken code, I actually had a working Pokemon challenge. I modded Diamond and Pearl so that my Pokemon leveled down. You win a battle, you gain XP, but you don't level up. That's too easy. Your level decreases, along with your health and stats, all the way until level 1. If that sounds difficult, that's because it is. I wanted to make my first mod special, even if that meant making things way too hard. Honestly, is this even possible? No idea. Let's find out. The beginning of the game is pretty normal. I named myself Whaley, chose Chimchar as my starter, and got the Pokédex. It was time to head through the first major route. A tedious part of this challenge is trying to avoid battles. They only make me weaker. So I skip the trainers I can and run from wild Pokemon, but I can't run forever. Waiting for me was the first trainer. Youngster Tristan came at me and insisted on a fight. He was no match. I won the battle, but Chimchar lost his first level. That's okay though. Level 4 is still pretty strong. I'll just keep making my way through the route, and there's another trainer with 2 Pokemon. Chimchar lost another level for each. In a typical game, I'd keep my starter for a while, but after just 2 fights, Chimchar was useless, and I still had 1 trainer left. I needed to get stronger, and in this challenge, there's only one way to do that. Catch new Pokemon. So that's what I did. Caught 2 Shinx, added them to my party, and chipped away at the last trainer until I won. So that's the basic idea behind this challenge. My team gets weak, so I catch something stronger in the wild. Now, you're probably wondering, what if the wild Pokemon are all bad? Well, you'll see soon enough. While running some errands in Jubilife, I found someone spreading some false information. Does a Pokemon grow by defeating others and gaining EXP points? Of course not. Does a Pokemon grow by defeating others and gaining EXP points? I've been battling, for the past half hour. My Pokemon have been getting weaker. I don't know what game this clown was playing, but I just told him what he wanted to hear. I picked up my smartwatch and headed east to... Oh crap, there's a rival fight here. Headed north to catch a Bidoof, which I named Savior. Since he's a literal god, Savior swept my rival's team and we were on to the next city. Only an hour in, I was already at the first gym. Maybe this wouldn't be so bad? Yeah, no. The gym leader work crushed me. Before this, I spent half an hour catching Machops, hoping their fighting moves would be good against his rock types. To be fair, it looked like this would work. The Geodude was easy. Then he sent out Cranidos. It was level 14, so it could outspeed and one-shot everything on my team. The only time I could touch him were the rare turns where he didn't use an attacking move. For context, the absolute strongest Machop I could catch was level 7, so Cranidos usually just swept my team without taking a single hit. This wasn't working. There's no way that this battle was possible. At least, not with my current team. During one of my losses, I got lucky and actually confused Cranidos with a Zubat. I realized that when Cranidos hit itself, it took way more damage than from my own attacks. But I had a problem. Even if Cranidos spared my Zubat, Supersonic only hits half the time. I caught another Zubat to increase those odds. While I was switching up my team, I added Shinx back for its Intimidate ability and grinded some more to fill the rest of my team with the beefiest Machops I could find. My new team was strong, but I had to be careful. Every time I beat a Pokemon, I lost up to 5 levels. To win this battle, I needed a miracle, and on my 10th attempt, the stars aligned. To start, I sent out a single Machop to take care of the Geodude. Instead of putting my weakened Machop out of its misery, Cranidos did nothing, and let me lower his defense with Leer. This was a huge opportunity. Lower defense means confusion damage does even more. Zubat came out to use Supersonic, and it hit. This was my chance. I sent out Machop number 2, hoping for the best. Confused, hit yourself. Come on. He's below half health. Oh my god. We got the Cranidos. We are in such a good spot right now. Machop decreased all the way to level 2. We're gonna stay in. Alright. Gonna Leer. Please Screech. He rock grows. That is unfortunate. We survived? What? I am level 2. How? Alright. Gonna try to Leer again. Okay. Onyx's defense is now cut in half. This is so good. Uses Screech again. Next, we send out Shinx. We lower his attack. So now this Onyx has -3 defense and -1 attack. I think that will be good enough for our Machop to take it out. I will let him take me out with a rock throw. I think we've got this. Low kick. Do half. Come on. Oh my god. Onyx went down, and after 3 hours, I finally had my first badge. Yeah, first. I still had 7 more to go. This is gonna be a long one. I ended stream there and got some much needed rest. By the way, you should check out my Twitch channel. Anyway, with that battle done, I headed to Valley Windworks to fight Team Galactic. Commander Mars is the final battle here, and if you've played these games, you know that she can be pretty difficult. That's what I thought at least, but then I tried the fight. Her Zubat was a joke, and with only Perugly left, I repeatedly sent out Shanks to lower its attack until it couldn't do anything. Then I just water pulsed with some Shellos until I won. Easy. Next is Eterna City, home of the Grass-type gym. On my way there, I was joined by another trainer, Cheryl. I was supposed to help her get through the forest, but I dragged her through the tall grass instead. I was on the hunt for a specific Pokemon, Dustox. The chance to find one was rare, but having Cheryl meant everything was a double battle, so I could search twice as fast. Once I found one, Cheryl got her revenge. Her fear of bugs meant she killed every Dustox I found. And Dustox is dead. I should have saved, because we just leveled down for nothing now. Despite her insecticidal tendencies, I finally managed to catch one, naming it Charles, and I ditched Cheryl immediately after. I caught some other Pokemon before the gym leader, Gardenia, but her Roserade obliterated all of them. Charles was the only one doing anything, but he leveled down against some trainers beforehand, so it wasn't enough. I lost, but I figured with a team full of Dustox, maybe I could win. So I returned to the forest and caught a whopping 1 Dustox before running out of Pokeballs. I haven't mentioned it yet, but this challenge comes with a unique feature that playing normal Pokemon just doesn't get you. Being broke. That's right, I turned Pokemon into another capitalist hellscape. For fun, I think. Seriously though, I'm always catching new Pokemon, so I have to spend all my money on Pokeballs. I went to the mart to buy 4 more. My bank account was officially empty, so I needed to make these count. Another Dustox was off the table. I opted for 2 decently strong Bidoofs and tried the fight again. The start was rough though. I had to sacrifice both Bidoofs to her first Pokemon, and now I had no plan for Turtwig. We lose this battle. I sent out Charles, expecting a quick death. Instead, he pulled off the impossible. Oblivious that this Turtwig was over twice his level, Charles tanked blow after blow, doing a little bit of damage each time. After almost 30 turns, Turtwig fell. Unfortunately, the XP from this victory led to Charles' demise. Kind of. Leveling down. Yep, that's a dead Charles right there. 95 out of 29 XP. And we leveled down to 93 out of 27, naturally. Sure is how numbers work. His sacrifice was worth it though. My second Dustox was still alive and Roserade was no match. So that badge was way easier than the first one. And now that it was over, I could get the most important item in this challenge, the Exp Share. You can get it from this guy if you have 35 Pokemon registered in the Pokédex. I didn't, but since I had the second badge, I could visit some new areas. With this done, I grabbed the Exp Share and did exactly what you do in a normal playthrough. Gave it to my weakest Pokemon. When holding the Exp Share, a Pokemon receives half the XP gained from battle. So, I can give this to a level 1 Pokemon and that XP does nothing. It's already level 1. There's nothing lower than that. By doing this, half the XP I get goes down the drain, which means the rest of the team levels down at half the speed. Let's see, we have an item that makes Pokemon last longer. If we can catch something strong, it would now stay useful for more than a single gym battle. I think our next move is obvious. We need to go fishing. I entered Route 209, got a fishing rod, and started looking for Magikarp. I know what you're thinking. These guys are weak, but I had a plan to fix that. Here's the thing, leveling down doesn't actually mean you can't evolve. I didn't want Magikarp, I wanted Gyarados. So I found a level 24 Magikarp and leveled it down. For once, this made me stronger. I started this process for 2 more Magikarp, but got bored and decided to try the 3rd gym as a test run. Here I discovered the insane power of my new Pokemon. Against Maylene, I opened with a Ghastly I caught and used Curse, which takes a quarter of my opponent's health each turn. I sent out Gyarados, and thanks to the power of Dragon Rage plus Curse, my opponent's Pokemon perished. And with basically half a team, I won this gym battle in a landslide. And it didn't stop there. I evolved my other 2 Magikarp and went to Pastoria. I immediately challenged the gym leader and won with the exact same strategy. 2 badges in 1 hour. I couldn't believe how well this was going. There was the tiny detail where my opponents started getting a lot stronger, and well, you guys saw the title. Pretty much right after the 4th gym, you can head back to Hearthome and challenge Fantina for the next badge. The thing is, her first Pokemon was a level 32 Drifblim. Let's see, by this point my Gyarados were over 10 levels lower, and being underleveled in this challenge is nothing new, but this was her weakest Pokemon, and I couldn't even touch it. I'm not exaggerating either, it literally started spamming Minimize and dodging all my moves. I should probably mention that before I left Pastoria, I visited the Safari Zone to catch a Noctowl and Quagsire. Still underleveled for this fight, but man were they helpful, because in a few turns, 2 of my Gyarados were down. I sent in Noctowl and used Defog to undo the effects of Minimize. Next, I landed a Hypnosis, putting the Drifblim to sleep. My attacking moves couldn't do much damage, but I had 1 Ghastly on my team. I switched it in and used Curse. While Drifblim was dying, I sent out Quagsire and boosted my special defense with Amnesia. Mismagius was next. It knew a Grass-type move, but thanks to Amnesia, Quagsire stayed alive long enough to do some decent damage, and my last Gyarados handled the rest. Things were close, but Fantina still had Gengar. I was pretty sure I was gonna lose, but in a last-ditch effort, I used my 1 revive on Quagsire. Gyarados went down in 1 hit, and Quagsire's damage output was almost nothing. My only hope was to hit a Curse with Ghastly, but what are the chances of that happening? This battle will probably take at least a few tries. You're gonna need those X items for sure. Yeah, unless I hit this Curse. Oh my god! The Quick Claw popped! Oh my god! I can't believe that worked. He used Spite anyway, the dummy. Or not. Another first try gym battle. Sure, I'll take it. That one was super close though. It seems like things are starting to get hard again. I can see it now. I'm at gym 6. Attempt after attempt, I lose. It's like the first gym all over again. Actually, hang on. With the 5th badge, we can use Surf outside of battle. So let's see, wild Pokemon encounters, surfing, level 40? Okay, I guess I'm going surfing. There we go, Pelipper. Level 39, my god. How do I hurt it? I think Surf is gonna do nothing. It's stockpiling. Stockpile? Kind of a good setup move. Could be very useful. So, for reference, Victory Road is where we're gonna be able to catch the strongest wild Pokemon that are available before the Elite Four. In Victory Road, I believe the strongest thing I can get is level 46 or 47. So this is not even that much weaker than like the best we're able to get. I'm just gonna try to throw a ball. We did catch this Pelipper, that is excellent. How about Cat? I knew this Pelipper was gonna change the run. I was so excited that I didn't even bother catching anything else. I went straight for Canalave. I wanted to see Cat's true potential. I haven't shown many of the rival fights because honestly they haven't been that difficult, but none of them have been like this. In the 15 hours I'd played this game, I don't think I one-shotted anything. In this battle, I did it 4 times. This felt so good. With Cat by my side, I drowned the 6th gym and went to the Lakes of Sinnoh to investigate Team Galactic some eco-terrorism? Huh. I fought their most forgettable commander, and then the rematch with Mars was even easier than the first one. Cat was carrying me, and I wanted to ride this momentum as far as possible. Wing in hand, we headed to Snow Point, and with the help of a Medicham, we flew and kicked our way to a 7th badge. On the way to Spear Pillar, you have to do battle after battle against Team Galactic grunts. On their own, these fights are easy. By the time I reached the summit though, my team had gotten a lot weaker. I caught a Bronzong and Graveler to help out, but I wasn't sure it would be enough. At that exact moment, Cyrus summoned Palkia. You know, the legendary Pokemon on the cover of the game. Unsurprisingly, in a challenge where I can't get stronger, this is the best Pokemon I will ever get. I specifically played Pearl instead of Diamond because I'm pretty sure that Palkia is the only Pokemon capable of beating the Elite Four. I just had to win 2 battles and it was mine. Simple, right? Well, there were a couple problems. First, I was only working with a team of 5. I left a slot open because I knew the strongest wild Pokemon were at the top of this mountain. I guess I did one too many fights though, because when I tried to go back to catch something, the game said no. Okay, a little less prepared than I'd like to be. I can probably still make this work. Luckily, my rivals saw me struggling and decided to help out against Jupiter and Mars. I spammed Iron Defense with Bronzong while he did all the work. For Cyrus, I was on my own. This wouldn't be easy. He wanted Palkia just as much as I did. Something about using it to create a new world? I don't know about that. I wasn't sure if it was strong enough to even beat the Elite Four, so using it for world domination? Kind of a garbage plan if you ask me. Anyway, the battle started, Bronzong immediately died, and I sent in chat. The MVP up until now, the fate of this battle rested on her shoulders, wings. The point is, I needed her to do more than her fair share in this battle. I set up 3 stockpiles for defense and drowned Cyrus's first Pokemon with Surf. Next was Gyarados. If Kat was the current MVP, this was her powerful predecessor. A battle of the titans. Unstoppable force against immovable object. As we chipped away at each other's health, it seemed like Cyrus's level advantage would be the difference. Yeah, I'm joking. Kat knew a healing move, so she outlived the Gyarados and settled the debate of who's the better Pokemon. I had perfect counters to the rest of Cyrus's team, and after a long fight, I had saved the world and was ready to claim my reward. I walked up to Palkia and caught the literal god of space with my first ball. It was fate. If you're thinking Palkia made the rest of the game easy, you'd be wrong. I needed it to be as strong as possible for the Elite Four, so I wasn't going to start leveling it down now. The problem with that is I've been relying on water types for a while, and the next gym was electric type. I challenged the leader with 2 Gravelers. I figured their electric immunity would make this easy, but Volkner responded with the worst case scenario, Octillery. It's a water type, so Graveler's off the table. Even worse, it knew Charge Beam, an electric move that almost always raises its special attack. Metachan was gone in an instant, and Octillery's attack power was already doubled. I sent out Bronzong expecting a quick death, but for some reason it only used ineffective moves. This was really bad AI, but I wasn't gonna question it. Turn after turn, we chipped away at each other's health, all the way until Octillery was just 1 hit from death. Only then did it finally use a different move. I take it back. This wasn't bad AI. Volkner was taunting me. He let me get so close to victory, only to take it away at the very last second. But he made one mistake. He forgot about Cat. If anything's gonna outspeed, it's Cat. I don't think it's gonna work. We're 13 levels lower. Oh my god, we outspeed. What? Okay. That is Octillery dead. Alright, what does Ambipom know? With 1 Graveler left, the rest of the battle was simple, and at long last, I had all 8 gym badges. Nothing left but the Elite Four. I searched Sinnoh for the strongest Pokemon I could find. Other than Palkia, the late Pokemon are the only legendaries you can get before postgame. I caught all 3. They all learn a good Psychic move at level 51, but I picked up a ton of TMs throughout the game, so I made their movesets a little better. Next, I went to Victory Road to round out my team with a Golbat and a Graveler. I taught Golbat Toxic and gave Graveler the Exp Share to keep the legendaries strong. My squad was ready, and I can't exactly train them, so I guess it's time to fight. I had the same basic plan for all the battles. Put their first Pokemon to sleep with Uchi, then send in either Azelf or Palkia to set up and sweep. For Aaron's bug types, Azelf came out and tripled its special attack with Nasty Plot. Then it was 4 Psychics and a Hyper Beam on Drapion for the win. The Bertha fight was actually a little different. Almost none of her Pokemon could hit Golbat, so I just used Toxic and waited as her whole team died. Her Whiscash did no Rock Slide, but after a few Grass Knots from Mesprit, it was another flawless win. Flint is where things got difficult. Uchi went down early, so I had to pivot my strategy. I sent out Graveler to Earthquake the Rapidash and explode the Infernape. Then he sent out Loki. Huge mistake. It only knows Fire Punch as an attacking move, giving me the perfect opportunity to send in Palkia and set up. A few surfs later, the 3rd battle was done. I revived my team and moved on to the last Elite Four member. For Lucian, I went with Azelf to Shadow Ball his Psychic types. His second Pokemon was immune to Ghost though, so I used Hyper Beam to avoid a Shadow Ball of its own. I had to recharge the next turn, but I figured I could survive 1 hit from Alakazam, so obviously, he got a crit. I was panicking a bit, but I remembered Uchi was still alive. I convinced Alakazam that it was bedtime, and Palkia just barely handled the rest. All that remained was the champion. Ever since creating this challenge, this was the battle I feared the most. Compared to Cynthia, the Elite Four in this game is kind of a joke. Most of her Pokemon could one-shot everything on my team. I took a breath, and the battle began. Like before, I opened with Uchi. Cynthia's Spiritomb is slow, but it packs a punch. So I immediately put it to sleep and switched to Palkia. Setting up in this battle is way more complicated than before. That's because Spiritomb knows Embargo, a move that stops me from using items in battle for 5 turns. This is a problem. Cynthia's Pokemon are up to 20 levels above me. The only way I'm winning this is to boost my attack and speed, and the only way I can do that is with items. So yeah, if I got hit by Embargo, the battle was basically over. My solution? Don't get hit. While I was out catching legendaries, I made sure to stop by Wayward Cave to find the TM for Double Team and taught it to Palkia. Now, while Spiritomb was asleep, I used it 6 times. Cynthia couldn't land a single hit. Turn after turn, Palkia got stronger and Spiritomb did nothing. Defenses maxed out. Special attack couldn't be higher. Speed, zoom. 6 Pokemon, 6 attacks. Just like that, Pokemon Pearl put my team levels down. The seemingly impossible challenge I'd created was done. If you made it here, then thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I had a lot of fun making this, and I hope you had just as much fun watching it. I have more videos like this in the works, so if you want to see more, please subscribe because it'll make me more motivated. Also, I'm considering making a video tutorial on how to make mods like these, so if you want to play this mod yourself or make your own mod, then let me know in the comments. Anyway, that's all I have for today, so bye.